Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all so much for stopping on in, for clicking the video, and hopefully looking forward to a little bit of music with us today as we check out just a little bit of Edith Piaf. We're going to listen to this performance, this track, Heaven Have a Mercy, Misericord is the subtitle here. We're listening to this because it was suggested and sponsored by Kevin. Kevin, thank you so much for the request. I appreciate that. We're going to be listening to this English version here as well. We've only listened to a little bit from Miss Piaf. We've listened to Nanja. I remember there's regret in there, but I can't remember the full name off the top of my head. I apologize, but I remember it's Nanja something regret in there. I just can't remember what's on my head. So now it's time to return here with a little bit from her. And can I tell you something funny? I think I mentioned it in another video recently, but my wife and I at dinner time, when we're having all dinner together, and with Liam, instead of having the TV on, we have some music playing. And the other day I put on I just put on classic French music. I wasn't looking. I just put on a playlist, classic French music. And I specifically chose what I thought was a certain era, I don't know, 50s through 60s, I would say. There was a song that came on that was good, but it was not 50s or 60s. This was 20s, and I ain't talking 19. Let's go ahead and listen to the track. We'll discuss it a little bit after. Here we go. It's a dramatic opening.
No more smiles, no more tears, no more prayers, no more fears, nothing left. Why go on when your lover is gone? Shout, we've won, ring the bells through the towns and the farms, with the shouts and the bells bringing back to my arms. Must each man go to war evermore, evermore, while some alone woman stands, empty heart, empty hands? When the time came to part and he kissed me goodbye, from the depths of my heart came a great lonely cry. Heaven have mercy, heaven have mercy. Miles came, they carved his name upon a cross. I remember the dance where we first fell in love, how we whirled around and around while the stars danced above. We would walk by the shore, watch the sheep sail away. Lovers need nothing more, just a new dream each day. So we dreamed of a home with a garden so fine, and a son with his eyes and a nose just like mine. Now it's done, why be brave? Why should I live like this? Shall I wait by the grave for my lost lover's kiss? Stop the bell, stop the bell, I've no tears left to cry. Must I stay here in hell? Lord above, let me die. Heaven have mercy.
that is a hair-raising, goosebump-inducing performance. With the subject matter as it is, and from the point of view that Piaf is singing from, many artists and bands have sung their tale of, people lost in war. And of course, it's one of those subjects that is deeply visceral and emotional and tragic, as it should be. And there's been many great songs around the subject. I think that Piaf singing here, the direction of the music, the whole thing from tail to nose, captures that in a way that is very rare. Like I said, the visceral reaction, the gut reaction, the feeling, loss, tragedy, a whole life thrown away, not only affecting one, but all others in its surrounding. And I think that the way that she's performed here is scary. Now, obviously in the best way possible, but it's one of those performances. Here's what I'm getting at. It's one of those performances, me listening to this, that I don't know anything about Piaf's personal life, but she sings this so convincingly and so painstakingly that I think that she's experienced this. Is that right? Is that wrong? I don't know. Once again, I don't know anything about her and her personal life, but with the conviction that she's performed this with, I can't help but think that this is like something very real and very personal to her in some capacity. Her voice, it is not that I've listened to a lot from her, but it is not this, romantic swaying of just love in the air. No, this is a tragic, shrill, horror and grief-stricken widow singing about her lost love. And she just executes this brilliantly. The music itself, also an incredible choice, because it is abrasive, it is brash, it is kind of ugly, but isn't war and loss an ugly thing? And what a great moment is that when she thinks back and recalls the memories that she's had with him, the music turns to that beautiful French chanson. That's when it comes back to that love in the air and romance, and it's beautiful. But how quickly that dream is shattered, broken glass, back to reality as she, kind of stands, if you will, by the grave. I think that the construction of this track is incredible. I think the way it's performed is heartbreaking. And can I tell you, the music and her singing specifically, I wouldn't doubt if perhaps who I'm going to mention has maybe heard this track or something. Just reminds me a little bit of Peter Hamill and the way that he performs. I think that it captures that piercing vibe, not just with the way that she sings, but obviously the lyrics with which she's saying. This was a very intense track here. No more smiles, no more tears, no more prayers, no more fears. Nothing left, why go on when your lover is gone? Shout with one, ring the bells throughout the towns and the farms. Will the shouts and the bells bring him back to my arms? Must each man go to war evermore, evermore, while some lone woman stands, empty heart, empty hands, when the time came to part, and he kissed me goodbye. From the depths of my heart came a great lonely cry. Heaven have mercy, heaven have mercy. And the chorus, if you will, heaven have mercy, is so humanly powerful. It's not like some beautifully sung heaven have mercy, or like, it is piercing in its pain. Miners came, they carved his name upon a cross. And this is when it becomes nostalgic, looking back on those fonder days. I remember the dance where we first fell in love, how we whirled round and round while the stars danced above. And then it becomes a little abrasive here again. We would walk by the shore, watch the ship sail away. Lovers need nothing more, just a new dream each day. And I feel like that's the music kind of becomes a little harsh once again at that point, because it's almost like reality is seeping into the dream, the daydream here. So he dreamed of a home with a garden so fine and a son with his eyes and a nose just like mine. Now it's done. Why be brave? Why should I live like this? Shall I wait by the grave for my lost lover's kiss? Stop the bell, stop the bell. If no tears left to cry, must I stay here in hell? Lord above, let me die. Heaven have mercy. I like how she says, stop the bell. And the music actually turns quite beautiful again at this particular point. No, stop the bell. No reason to keep on tolling for those lost. It's not going to bring him back. Like, just stop it all. This was a very intense and cathartic track in many, many ways. What a performance. Like, really, what a performance there. I would love to know what you all thought of it in the comments, of course, down below. I appreciate you all being here and watching alongside with me, hopefully enjoying the music with me. Kevin, thank you so much for the suggestion and the request. I appreciate that. And thank you guys for being here. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And I'll see you all later. Bye, guys.